Hi, my name is Jared Mackay. I'm a husband and I'm a father to 4 beautiful children. It's because I'm a father that I also get to wear the hat of bill payer and of saver for college tuition. I get to buy lots and lots of groceries every month. So when I have the opportunity to do something myself, I will almost always do it. It tends to save me money. But sometimes I find myself in over my head. And because I'm the proud father that I am, oftentimes I'll sneak out to my shop. I'll look up the how-to of whatever, and I will pretend that I knew how to do it all along. I have lots of hobbies. I like to work with my hands. I have woodworking hobbies. I like to make knives. I like to fix up old cars. And even with all that experience of doing these things, I still find myself needing the help of other professionals for certain projects. You just can't be the master of all. So, problems with looking for those other videos is that they're time consuming. Okay, I don't know that I can trust the other person, the person telling me what to do. They don't show me their credentials before they start their video all the time. Okay, and it's because of this that I decided to start the company called Ipsum. Okay, so if you're feeling like me, or if you are just a DIY enthusiast, then this is for you. Okay. What is Ipsum? Well, Ipsum is the world's best do-it-yourself platform. Okay, Ipsum's a mobile application. It will also be a website that will offer do-it-yourselfers like you and me assistance through curated instructional videos submitted by a community of industry professionals and home improvement enthusiasts. Okay, going back to some of those videos that I was telling you before, I often find myself wishing that I could pick up my phone and call the maker of that video and ask them some questions. And you just don't have that opportunity. Well, with Ipsum, you will. Ipsum will have an opportunity to live face chat with video makers. You can show them the exact project that you're working on. They can offer you suggestions. You can pick their brains about anything and everything related to that project. They are the professionals. Okay. Another thing that's nice about Ipsum that you don't get in a lot of the other videos that are online today is that's a tools and materials list. So oftentimes, if I'm going to go do some drywall, or if I'm doing something to my car, I'm wondering exactly what tools they use. And oftentimes you'll see the videos skip through those sections. They'll kind of skip a small step and you're wondering how they got from A to B. Well, that leads us to our third point there, and that's quality control. Our videos are all made by professionals and enthusiasts alike, but they are checked for quality content, and if they don't pass that high standard, they are not allowed to be posted to the site. Our videos will have step-by-step instructions that let you do step 1 and then go and make step 1. Do step 2, go make step 2. They're very clear, they're very instructional. Okay, and lastly, and one of the most important points to remember, is the peace of mind. If you know and trust that you're talking to a professional, talking to somebody that knows what they're doing, talking to somebody that's done it 100 times, I feel much more comfortable doing what they're telling me to do if I've never done it before. Okay, that peace of mind is worth a lot to me. I don't want to go spend $100 on some drywall and start going through a project just to ruin more of my wall, buy more, and then never get the project done just to hire somebody else to do it for me. That's the exact opposite of what I'm trying to do here. We're trying to save money, and we're trying to offer instructional videos that will allow us to get to that point more frequently. Okay? So, is there a market? Yes, there is a huge market for this right now. There was a 3.8% projected growth in the home improvement industry as a whole over the next 5 years. In the same span, we're seeing a 12.6% projected growth in online video broadcasting. That's companies like Netflix, YouTube, videos in which you're searching Google on, okay? Vimeo. Those video broadcasting companies are growing very fast right now. People are shying more away from television and getting into that type of media. It's faster, it's more on demand. Okay, getting a little more detailed into the market, we did a survey asking people very specific questions about Ipsum, related to Ipsum. And we found that 85% of those surveyed had visited a home improvement store within the last month. I know that they're not going there just to look around and buy flowers, right? They're going there to buy products. They are interested in doing things around their house, okay? And we would like to take advantage of that. There is a 70% of those surveyed had undertaken 2 or more projects on their own in the last year. Okay, that's home improvement projects, doing things around their house, going to Home Depot, buying the tools, buying the materials, coming home and doing projects. Okay, those people all don't do that for a living, I'm sure. All right, 72% of those surveyed stated that they would rather do a home improvement project themselves than pay somebody to do it for them. Okay, oftentimes the skill required to do a project is not necessarily needed. You just need to know how, somebody to show you how, somebody to kind of push you off that ledge. Okay, and that's where Ipsum comes in. And lastly, 68% of those surveyed stated that if a product like Ipsum existed, that they would absolutely use it. Okay, and that's important, right? So you can see that we're kind of getting down, but 68% is a good portion of our audience that said that they would enjoy and use this product like Ipsum. Okay. Who is our competition? We have a traditional, online, and mobile app competition. Okay, traditional being your how-to books, your such and such for dummies. Okay, some people like the feel of a book in their fingers. Okay, but we're going to help change that with Ipsum. There's also many DIY talks and conferences that people can attend. For example, when I learned to make knives, I sought out a knife maker in the local area, and I attended a weekend session. It was 2 days, and it was great. That's the type of personal experience that we're hoping people will get with the FaceTime portion of Ipsum. I can converse real time with the person teaching me. So we're taking that niche market and making it into a video. Okay, online. There are a few existing DIY websites right now, doityourself.com, Self-Help and More. Angie's List is another that's like that. Those websites right now are more focused on providing you with connections to local handymen to do that type of work, not necessarily trying to teach you how to do it yourself. They have written instructions sometimes, but very rarely will you see a video that will take you from A to B to a completed project. It's more along the lines of hooking you up with people in your area that know how to do that. Okay, and then lastly, mobile applications. YouTube is the biggest one. They're definitely the biggest competition as far as market share. YouTube has a huge video content library. You can find videos in most subjects. However, those videos are user submitted and absolutely not quality controlled. So you have no idea who's telling you how to do a project. You have no idea if they know what they're talking about. You really don't know if they did a good job. You just blindly trusting this person that you met seconds ago. Okay, the closest competition and the closest platform to what Ipsum will be is currently called DIYZ, and they are the only ones that are as close as Ipsum will be. DIYZ differs in the fact that they do quality control, okay, but they pay actors, they pay people, they pay the professionals to help them make videos. So they claim to have 1 million different videos. However, that is extremely time consuming and costly for that company to be able to do that, to pay those people to take those videos. Now we're going to have a much stronger user base because we're going to open it up to users, and then we're just going to quality control those videos that they submit, check their credentials for them, and then post it to our site. Okay, you're probably asking yourself, how will we make money? How is Ipsum going to profit? Well, there's a couple different things. When you go to download Ipsum, it'll be in Android market or the iPhone application market, and it will be a free download. However, we will have freemium content. So after that free download, if you would like to take part of the FaceTime of a professional, you will need to purchase for $3 or $4 that freemium upgrade. Okay, it's a one-time purchase. You don't have to purchase it per video, but there will be a price to access that feature. Okay, another way that we're going to do it is through advertisements. Obviously, the app market right now is projected to grow to $189 billion by 2020. That is a large chunk of money, and Ipsum's going to take a lot of that with the advertisement market. The more users you have, the more downloads that we have, the more people we have using our application, the more advertisers will seek to put their content in the way of users. Okay, and lastly, home improvement retailers, partners, and sponsors. What we're looking for here is during the materials listing and tools that are required per video. If these home improvement retailers would like to partner with us, we could highlight their drywall, for example, or maybe home improvement drywall over Lowe's as an example. Okay, so those home improvement stores, advertisement, and freemium content are ways that Ipsum is going to be monetized. And the faster we can grow our user base, the faster we are going to increase our revenue. Now we know that when you, as a venture capitalist investors, are looking at the company and you're looking at the financials and the profitability and things of that nature, you're also investing in us, the founders. Okay, and there are 4 of us right now. Obviously myself, Jared Mackay, I will be the CEO of Ipsum. Okay, I have vast management experience leading hundreds of different people's or multi-million dollars of worth of assets. Not a small task, something that has a great deal of responsibility. Cody Pittman, he's going to be our financial CFO, and he has some financial experience while he was working in the GE Healthcare Service Manager industry for the state of Alaska. So he will be the first CFO there. Jeremy Pond, okay, our marketing director, and he has some direct marketing experience working for the Elastomer Products company. Mitt Roy is going to be our technical officer. Okay, and his master's in mechanical engineering and his leadership role is really what's prepared him for this role at Ipsum. Okay, and finally, the ask and the deal. Okay, this is one of the most important parts. What do we want from you? Well, we would like a 5 to 10 year commitment. We want you to invest in us for 5 to 10 years. And that's when we're going to really get you a lot of money back for your investment. And what is that investment? It's $90,000 up front. Okay, not a huge price to pay for the $200,000 that we're thinking it's going to cost to start this investment, but we see it as a 45% share of the company. 90%, we're putting up $110,000. You put up $90,000. Call that 45%. Okay, so that's a really good chunk of change considering what we think the company is going to be worth at the end of that 5 to 10 year period. Okay, we do expect to have about 2 million downloads by the first quarter of 2021. This is when we expect us to be profitable. We'll be turning a profit by this time. And then between years 5 and 10, we start to see acquisitions from other companies. Okay, as the user base grows, as that advertisement grows, it's just gonna volcano into something huge. Okay, and then we do plan on eventually getting out, and this is when you'll have your opportunity to make money back, and that would be within that 5 to 10 year mark. Those acquisitions we're estimating will be in the range between $15 and $25 million. So that is a really good return on your investment. Okay, again, I'd like to say thank you for watching the video, and I'm looking forward to making a deal.